It's Week 10 of the NFL, and we'll see DJ Moore. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Bears and the Patriots, just ahead on EA Sports.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. A give left side here for Herbert. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's a first carry for Khalil Herbert. And this will be a Bears first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
And Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
Here comes the Bears punter now.
Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
So here come the Patriots to take over for the first time, led out by the rookie, the 3rd overall pick back in April out of UNC, and that's Drake May.
And it's been a long time, but this franchise entered the offseason desperately needing a young quarterback to build around and plan for the future, and they found their guy in Drake May out of North Carolina. Big arm, great mobility, terrific character. He's everything you're looking for in a quarterback. It may bring him along slowly, but I believe in time he will be their QB1 and be there for a long time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson.
Stays on his feet. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Dante Pettis deep for Chicago.
It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return, and the Bears take over.
The Bears offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hand off right side for Herbert.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The Bears at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle. Now 2nd and 9. They'll go play action here with Williams. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Williams.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Patriots take over.
The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson.
Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showing some tough running there.
And the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week.
22 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4. You look at this Bears defense.
Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
And this one too low.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
15 yards there for number 15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And 10 at the 50-yard line.
Herbert once more.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
To throw, Williams. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
You look at this Bears defense.
They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Holding, offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Here's May. They set up the screen for Stevenson.
And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Here's Bryce Behringer now.
Bryce Behringer in formation for the Patriots.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. What a spin. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, May.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
On the counter, it's Stevenson.
Fighting through. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
To throw, it's May.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
T.J. Edwards coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Short pass caught by Henry, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on third.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They'll throw with May.
And that's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the right side, this is Stevenson.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
To the air, May.
Short pass caught by Henry. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Throwing here is May. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10.
Starting on the ground with Herbert.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
That is caught by Herbert. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
To the air, Williams.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, That position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
New England's offense set to go.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he works free. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Nifty move.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Back to Stevenson on 1st down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Running left is Stevenson.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal.
On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive.
And he's going to be swallowed up as he got forward for maybe a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Herbert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that underneath to Herbert.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Bourne going to go in motion right here. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Back to throw here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It's Gervon Dexter who got in to drop him.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Williams. That pass complete to Moore.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50.
On play action, here's Williams.
He's going to look deep for Moore. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Now this complete to Polk.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Short pass caught by Henry.
And Henry's going to pick up a Patriots 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That one caught by Polk.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Now 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Play action, May.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Chicago offense set to get started. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw, it's Williams. A pass complete to Adunze.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw is Williams. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Here comes third and about a foot. Throwing again here, Williams. That is caught. And he will have the Bears first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. To throw, Williams. To the sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where you see the final score there. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a touchdown run in the victory. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Well, the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. They'll set up the screen for Herbert.
Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
And he'll go down at the 28.
41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
Ball start. Offense.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
From the gun, here's Williams.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10 at the Patriots 28-yard line.
Looking to throw. Williams.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First and 10 at the
They'll look to throw here on first down. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
brings up 3rd and 5.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
To throw once more, here's Williams.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Caleb Williams.
His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. New England trying to get a place on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A give for Stevenson, running right. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Holding offense.
3rd down and 10. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here comes Pettis on the return. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return, and the Bears take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now Herbert to start the drive, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throw right side, taken in by Adunze. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Herbert powering up the middle.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
A handoff for Herbert.
And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots' 20-yard line.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll go play action here with Williams.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He tried to do it himself, but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. And a design QB run in that spot, maybe trying to catch the defense off guard a bit. It didn't work, though.
Again, we're seeing that college influence come into the NFL. Quarterback run game on fourth down. We didn't see that very much in the previous years in the NFL.
No, seeing it more, saw it there, did not work out. Turnover on downs.
Bourne going to go in motion right here. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now a 2nd and 10. We're going to throw. May.
Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Khalid Kareem showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
The Bears now ready to take over again. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. To the air, Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Still 1st down.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Off the bootleg, it's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Adunze.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down at the 32-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Got an open man. It's Scott. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Herbert, and he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The tight end Henry here in motion. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter.
Throwing here is May. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Second down and 8.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Still 2nd down.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
To throw, it's May.
He finds Douglas complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and goal, New England.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start. Offense.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The tight end Henry here in motion.
He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll throw with May.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Herbert now on the option, and he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
On play action, here's Williams.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
That pass complete to Moore. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking to throw is Williams. A pass complete to Odunze.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at their 48-yard line.
A give left side here for Herbert.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
To throw, Williams.
That is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31.
Play action. Now Williams. He's got the connection to Moore.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing is Williams.
Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Sione Takitaki
Charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
A little short pass. This is Everett.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way.
The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's May. And he fends him off. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. To the air, May. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll drop to throw. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. From the gun, it's May. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Out right to Bourne. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They're going on 4th down. May. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that, because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
2nd down, they go back to Herbert. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Herbert.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Williams from the gun on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The Patriots will take their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
Second and 11. Hand off right side for Herbert.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears.
And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Chicago, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for New England, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.